Well, it's time to find out how Manx Telecom are doing and in telecommunications in general, because obviously we promised another update from Gary Lamb, and welcome. Here we go again. I don't know where we're at. Do you think we're moving to a new phase now, Gary?
Yeah, I think we are. We've got through the really intense period, and we've certainly settled into a kind of routine. And where our focus now is on, what might the new world look like, and how might we operate, and how might we take some of the real positive things that have come out of COVID, and how might we make sure that we continue to do those. It's obviously a very difficult time, but my view is, there are some positives we can take out of it. Let's make sure that we keep doing those as we go forward. But it is quite monotonous. It is quite challenging, spending every day looking at a screen. So we're very conscious of that, and we're thinking about, how might we gradually phase back and give our people, more contact, but safe contact, rather than being stuck in their homes. So when we are able to, we'll try to get some kind of model that helps us, continue to be safe, but allows us to work from home and maybe have some interaction in the office and the workspace.
And how tricky was it when you couldn't get out to do certain repairs, I suppose? I mean, the things that are changing now, that has got easier, hasn't it?
Yeah, we couldn't go out. We could do some critical work. We do have engineers out now, and they are actually now going into homes. We only allow them to go in there, in their view, is if it's safe. Social distancing is obviously very important. They wear all the PPE equipment that they need to wear. They do a risk assessment. If they think they're at risk at all, then actually they won't go into the home. But we are now slowly starting to be able to get into the home and do some fault work and do some connections, which is great news. And I think in a short number of days, we'll get back up to normal sort of level of connections, which will be great. It's really good to be able to get back to some kind of normality for the customers and also for our own people in the company.
And of course, there's been no personal contact in the sense of the shop. As we speak, as we're recording this, I know shops and things are opening up. Will you be in that tranche?
Yeah, we've actually been ready to open the shop for some time now. We've reconfigured the shop so that there is a flow system in there. We've got lots of perspex to protect, again, the customers and our people. So yeah, we're absolutely ready. We're waiting for the green light. I understand, there's another review today by the government. My hope is that they say that we're all good to go and that we can open the shop next week.
And how did it all go in the end about the working at home, people on their computers doing a lot of data? I mean, we have talked about this. You obviously were worried in the early days because no one knew what to expect. Has it really settled down now, and is the network resilient enough?
Yeah, I mean, there's not been a huge change. The network is coping quite well. I am aware that there are some areas where there are some struggles, and I think those struggles, maybe a little bit worse than they have been in the past. And we do know that we need an improved broadband infrastructure, if you like, and that's something that will be delivered with fibre over time. And I think I've mentioned before that we're already rolling out fibre. We're now past 20% of premises on the island, so that's really exciting. It does mean that when you look a number of years ahead, my expectation is that most of the island will have fibre. But at the moment, there are some areas where the fibre, the broadband is not as good. But overall, I think the network is behaving very well. We have seen an increase in traffic, so peak times are usually in the evening, and I think the volumes are up about 10% in the evenings. Then during the day, we have seen quite a big increase because of people working at home, but it's still less than those peak times in the evening during the day.
Last time you were with us, we had a great discussion. We kind of went off on a tangent about the future of the new normal and how more people are likely to work at home and therefore be using connections much more.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that we will start to work from home more. We are having discussions along with many other companies and other CEOs that I talk to about how are we going to operate in the future. And I think, there's going to be some kind of hybrid model where some people will want to work in an office because that suits them and they're not able to work at home. Some people will want to spend more time at home working so they can balance their work and their life, and hopefully they'll get this nice balance and they'll be as effective, or if not more effective, than they were before we went through COVID. So I definitely think it's going to be different. I think it's incumbent actually on us and those that are looking after companies to try and keep some of those positives through this tricky time. And I think being able to give a better balance to people's lives and have some home working, some work in the office, I think will be a very positive thing.
And of course, for a lot of people, they're waiting for the 5G, aren't they? To the super fast stuff to arrive.
Yeah, I mean, just on 5G, I mean, we've always maintained that actually what's really important for the island is fibre in the ground. You know, fixed line fibre will deliver you, good broadband speeds. That's our absolute priority. 5G is something that, other countries are rolling out slowly. It's something that at some point that we will consider, but at the moment, absolutely, the priority is fibre, because that will give us the best long-term solution and great speeds for all of us.